Everyone. In this video, I am showing you how to set up Kubernetes cluster using the kubeadm. So, using the kubeadm, you can set up your cluster in any cloud, like in GCP, on AWS, or in Azure. Though you can also use a GKE and EKS and other managed services, but before using managed services, you should know how to set up the cluster. So, using the kubeadm, you can set up your cluster in any of the cloud as well as in your local environment, in your laptop, using the virtual box. So I am showing you this video to set up a Kubernetes cluster in your laptop, and I am using the virtual box, Oracle virtual box. So this in the Oracle virtual box you can download from internet, from Google, after searching the Google, and you can set up at least 3 machines to set up the Kubernetes cluster. So I have set up 3 machines. One is control plane, and there are two nodes, node 01 and node 02. You can see that these all 3 machines are running. Now using VSC, I can log in all the 3 machines. This is control plane 1, node 01 and node 02. Now go to your browser and search kubernetes.io, and then go to the documentation page and search for installing kubeadm. So after opening the page, you can see that this page will come. You can select the version, which version you want to go with for cluster setup. I am going with version 1.32. The reason is that I can go with 1.33, but the reason is that I will show you in my coming video how to upgrade the cluster. So just click on, if you want to go with 1.31, just click on this. All the information, all the steps will come. So before you begin, you make sure that you have a 2 GB or more RAM per machine and at least 2 CPU. This is, and remember, this setup is only for your practice purpose. You can set up your cluster and practice for your Kubernetes examination. Okay. Now there are many things required to set up the cluster. You can read this document, but I'm showing you what are the steps in short so that you can easily configure. You can read the documents for detailed understanding, but for the setup of the cluster, I'm showing you the exact commands and exact steps. So first, for any Kubernetes setup, you required container runtime. So container runtime can be any type, like container D, CRIO, and Docker engine. You can go with any of this. Kubernetes support all the three. If you are in Linux, if you are Windows, then in Windows container D and Docker. CRIO is not supported in Windows. So for this setup, I am going with the container D. You can just go up and you can click on this. A new page will open. So this is the container runtime interface page. For detailed understanding, you can study this. Okay, now in this, all the options are given. If you want to go with Docker engine, you just click on this, and if you want to go with container D, just click on this. I'm going with the container D. So But before setting up the containerd, you have to enable IPv4 packet forwarding. So just copy this command and paste here. Now you have to run this command in all the three machines, means control plane as well as all the nodes. Just click on node, run. So there are one or two steps, except you have to run all the steps in all the three machines. Okay. So now after running that command, you should apply that command. For this, you have to reboot, but you can go without rebooting by running this command. You can see this. You have to run on all the three machines. So you have enabled this. Make sure it is showing or not. Just copy it, paste. Okay, you can see that it is showing. You can check before running the sysctl command. It will initially it was 0. Now you have to run in all the machines. You can check, you can verify. Okay, now this step has been completed. Now move to the next step. Now the next step is the install the containerd. So if you run in the Google, there you will get a lot of documents to install containerd. But the easiest way is provided by the AI. Just follow these steps and you can configure your containerd. Just copy these and make sure you have to run this command in all the steps. So I'm pausing the video because it takes time. Now copy this second command and run on that. Okay, now run next command. So make sure you have to run all these commands on all the three machines. I'm not explaining the command for the installation of the containerd. If you when you open the Google and from where you are copying, you can read and you can understand better. Because if I explain those commands, it will be very long video. Now copy the next command, that is install containerd in all the machines. You can say that is running, it will take time, so I am pausing the video. It is has completed. Yes, it has completed. No need to pause the video. Now go for the next step. No, next step is very important. These two steps are very important because you have to configure the container D for the use of Kubernetes. So these two steps are very important. First is create the container D directory and then copy the default config. Let me show you. Okay, first go to the control plane, run, then go to node 1, run. Okay, now after running these command, again go back to the control plane and open the file which you have just basically the config.toml file and open. So, this is the most important step. Just open this file and search for system. And it is false, just make it true. And save the file. So you have to perform this action in all the three machines. See, no. The next step is to restart the container service. So you can see there are two steps of that. They restart the service and enable the service so that it can automatically restart in after the boot up, and then verify the installation. Just copy and you are done. You can see that service is running and restarted 11 seconds ago. Then you have performed on all the three machines. So after this, now your container D is ready. Now go back to the document. Now you can see that your container D is container D is installed and container runtime is done. So now install the kubeadm, kubelet and kubectl. So these three need to be installed. Kubeadm is the command to bootstrap the cluster. Kubelet the component that runs on all the machine in your cluster and does things like starting pods and container. It manages the pods and containers. And then kubectl is the command line utility to talk to your customer. Cluster. So now according to your machine, you can follow the instruction. If it is Red Hat, then go with this command. If it is Debian, Ubuntu is Debian based, so just copy and paste this command and run in all the machines. copy next command. So I am showing you the commands and installation, but when you do, you should read all the steps carefully and to understand. You have to run this command. So basically you have to run this command in all the three machines. I am not showing you by running this, but you have to run in all the three machines. Now this is the public signing key. So just copy this and run in all the machines. Next step is to add the Kubernetes app repository. So again go to copy and okay. The next step is, so basically the update, first update, just copy it. Now the next command is to install. Just copy this command and run. Now you can see that installation is getting error. So basically I forgot to update, so that's why it was failing. Now you can see that it is installed. Then the last command is to pin their version. So it should be done in all the okay. So fifth is the optional command. You can, if you want, you can run, or you, you can run it later also. Okay. Now you have your installation is done. The next step is to set up the cluster, initiate the cluster. Just click on this. So here you have to follow the instructions. First you need to check the IP route so that you can find the default route in your control plane. So these steps will be performed in the control plane only. No need to perform in the node. So go to the control plane, IP route show. Now you can see that is the default root. So by running this command, you can check the default root. So in this machine, there are two default wire 10 and this one 192. So technically, you should select first one. So these three steps should be followed when initializing the control plane mode. So kubeadm, if you are setting up the setting up for high availability, you should specify the control plane endpoint. That endpoint can be your load balancer, or if you are using any DNS name, or if you have configure nginx or HA proxy for load balancing. So but I am using a single master, so I will ignore this control plane endpoint. Next is a pod network add-on. So pod network add-on, you can give the CIDR for the pod network. That will be different, and that will depend on your CNI. So here is the option. Just click on this and it will open. It will show you the details about the add-ons. Now, okay, so I will run kubeadm init in control plane. Now, when you run this, you have to give one or two parameters. That is okay. So you just check the IP, and this is the control plane IP. So keep this IP. And after that, you have to give the pod network CIDR. So that will be when your pod will be launched, the IP address will be assigned from this. So when you click on this, installing network policy and network, so there are many add-ons are available, just the Calico. These are the Flannel and VNet. These are the most commonly used. So if you are going for production, I will recommend to use Calico. That is a most robust network and network policy provider. It is very flexible and it provides all type of security. But if you are going in your dev environment, your test environment, you can go with the Flannel. And in Flannel provide this IP range, so you can copy this and give here and then run the command. So it will set up your cluster. It will take some time, but it will set up the cluster. So I'm pausing the video because it takes some time. You can basically see all the steps what these are steps are doing. It is deploying certs, certificates, check. Now you can see that it is completed, and after that you just copy these things and save, because that need to be they may require in later stage. So first copy this command and you have to run this in all the node, because by running this you will add node to the cluster. Now go to the node 2, and so you should copy this command for and save it for future. If you want to add more node in future, then you have to run this. So just copy and paste and open the notepad and save it. Okay, so because config is not set, so you have to just export, because you are in root, so just export this. Then you can see the nodes. If you are not a root, then you have to follow these 3 steps to set the context. So it is showing not ready. It will take some time to get ready. Now you have to deploy the flannel. So just copy this command kubectl and go to the control plane and run. Now it is created. You can see that kubectl get ports. You can see that uh, all the plots all the pods are running, but there is something wrong with the kubeflanel. So let's investigate this. You can see that now all the nodes are ready, so it will take time and it will come, because the nodes were taking time to be ready. So now you can see that all the pods are running. So now your cluster is ready and for the deployment of applications. So that's it for this video, and please subscribe my channel and keep updated with my latest and upcoming videos. Thank you guys.